It is our responsibility to delve into to realize that what we need to do in life. Okay, it is the individual's responsibility. And once you have found it out, however difficult it is, we just need to believe. And trust me, these are not words. This has come with my experience. We just need to believe that it will happen, or rather, we have to make believe, we have to pretend, or we have to imagine that, I've already achieved it. For example, you said you wanted to be interviewed.
Yeah.
Okay. So you visualize, and that visualization gives you immense happiness.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works, and that will happen.
Yeah.
So my advice is that nothing is impossible, and it is not just words for me. I have seen it, I have practiced. So anything is possible just with full faith and belief. Yeah. Oops, no. I need to
Let's
get
do it
right.
again.
Okay. One, I practiced at home.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Visionary Stories podcast. Today, we're doing episode 1 of the actual, it's not talkies, this is the actual podcast. This is the real deal. And today on the show, I'm in fact very glad to have someone I really look up to. We have Vinitha Pratish today. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And first of all, I'm really honored that I'm the first person. I appreciate the risk that you've taken, making me the first person. But it's a great thing. I mean, irrespective of what I have achieved or not, for me, it's something really great. And thank you so much, Tobias. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, so obviously my first question to you is, who is Vinitha Pratish? How young is she? And what is her vision?
Vinitha Pratish is a normal human being.
Okay.
Specifically, how young I am, I have seen 37 years of mistakes, immaturity, realization, fun. And so it was, I won't repeat.
Okay.
And my vision, in fact, it is never stagnant. It has been changing over the, over the years. So as of now, it is just to keep learning and impart some knowledge. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when you said that you're a normal human being, okay, what do you mean by a normal human being? What's your definition of normal human being?
A normal human being is someone who has all, characteristics, like not just physical, but of course, physical, I look like a human being, of course, but emotional characteristics like love, hatred, jealousy, anger.
Okay, I get it.
So I think nothing more than that. The rest all is just so superficial and...
Okay, so what do you do now? Because obviously everyone knows you're a dancer, but then brief me on what do you actually do? If someone asked you, what do you do for a living, what would you say?
For a living? I take classes. I take dance classes.
Yeah.
And apart from that, to be in the deeper side, I am kind of, on the journey of learning. Yeah. So I find it really fascinating, and unfortunately I realized it like really late, because probably in your age I hated to learn, I hated to study. I think all children are like that, most of them at least. So now I am on the path of learning and discovering myself. I think I guess I'm more than half of my life, I've passed half of my life. So I realize that learning is an ongoing process and
Okay, so before we jump into the bigger part, take me back to your childhood.
I am from Thrissur, but I was brought up in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were born and brought up in Dubai.
Yeah.
So take me back, paint me a picture of how your childhood was. Like, how were your parents and how was the whole environment when you grew up?
It was like a very normal Gulf child's life.
Yeah.
where both my parents used to work.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I enjoyed my childhood a lot because I had good friends, very, very good friends. And it was, I don't know how life in Kerala is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm basically Kerala, so I don't know how life over there is. I've just heard stories of the mango tree, the tamarind fruit and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but I had fun with my friends. Of course, we stayed in a building and, we had our share of indoor games and things like that. And my parents, I think, taught me the value of hard work because they were always hardworking. And I think that is something I got from my childhood, which I still believe in.
Okay. So basically, you were the only child.
I have a brother, elder brother.
Yeah. Okay. So elder brother.
Yeah.
So how is your brother?
War. Always
fighting.
Always fighting. He is actually 5 years older than me. And it used to be like we used to draw a line. Yeah. This is your part of the room and this is my part.
I feel like every siblings go through
especially
that.
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always used to fight.
Always, mostly. Especially he's like 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he's like, don't touch my. And even if there's a power shortage and his computer, gets bad, like, you touched it. And the irony would be I would have just actually touched it.
Yeah, okay.
And the actual reason of the computer to break down would be something else. So yeah.
So how was schooling for you? How did we know you're a dancer, so did schooling play an important role in who you are today? Was that something that impacted your decisions and your journey?
Not really, not at all. Not at all.
You were not a dancer.
I used to learn dance. I think my mom, she told me that she put me for dance classes when I was 3.5 years old. And I didn't have a very great time going for classes because you know how classical dance is.
Yeah.
You have to bend, you have to strain your knees, your legs, and it was really torture for me. I think for most of the children because it is a tough thing.
Yeah.
And I think I was a teenager when I suddenly got a very nice teacher, very, very nice. And she...
How old were you?
Yeah, I think 13 or 14.
Okay.
Almost my 9th standard.
In Dubai?
In Dubai, yeah.
Okay.
So I've been learning dance from 3.5 years, but it took me 10 years, to actually start liking dance.
So was it you were forced into it? Was it hatred when you were
Yeah, of course I was forced into it.
Okay.
Because my mother loved dance. And
was it like the when the parents couldn't achieve it and
exactly.
then yeah. Nice.
I don't think my mother ever told me that you used to dance always or I noticed you moving your hands. It was never like that. She loved dance, and of course during her times she could not even think of something like that. So she thought, yes, I should put my daughter into dance, and that's how I got into it. Yeah.
But then you're grateful for it now, right?
Oh my God, I don't know how I can thank my parents for it. And that's again a totally different subject because I think over the years she realized that I have some talent in me. And she was determined to continuously teach, send me for classes.
Maybe she had the feeling that eventually she will love it.
Yeah, maybe I may love it or not, but it's just like how your parents send you to school.
Yeah.
You may not like physics, chemistry, but you need to because you need to get somewhere. So this dance, also my parents saw it that way. So I'm really grateful to them for that because if not for that, that's why I keep telling, the parents of my students that your children may not like it now, but just give it some time, just be patient. At least you're teaching them something valuable.
Yeah.
So even if they say, I hate this, just wait for some, especially if you feel that they're talented.
Yeah.
I think you must nurture it. Yeah.
Okay, so take me back to your schooling. You were in an Indian school in Dubai.
Yeah.
So how was it? Because it was back in 1980s somewhere there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So how was
the black and white era? It was not black and white.
Yeah.
It was color.
So how was it? How was that era?
It was, I think, very similar to what you guys are going through now in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Okay, I was in Dubai. So it was we went to school in bus. We used to wait at 6:30 in the morning, near our buildings.
Yeah.
We used to wait in the bus. We used to have a good fun of, chat and, talk in our bus and go to school. School, again, it was a very conventional and traditional way.
Yeah.
Your teachers used to check your home, things like that.
Yeah.
So even my subjects, I was a very average student. I used to work hard, I think. If my mom sees this, she'll be like, no way, she never used to study. No, I think I used to put in an effort, but I was not a very intelligent or a bright student. So that way, again, I kind of had a tough time to like, the studies part. Again, I was waiting. Chemistry, I hated chemistry. And I used to wait like, oh, when will that angel teacher come, who would change the outlook of chemistry? And finally she came when I was in 11th standard. So that's it. For me, I needed an individual to influence me a lot and not the subject. If the subject is good, also I needed somebody to influence.
Okay.
And friends were good. I still, we're still connected.
So like your friends knew you were learning classical dance.
Yes.
And I feel even now like classical is seen as, it's, Yes. So like did your friends influence you or anything in that way? To like dislike it or to like it, anything like that?
Not really, because luckily I used to take part for competitions where I used to win. So I used to be kind of a star over there. So that way they all, always encourage me. Yeah.
So like when you told you won the competition, did you still hate dance at the time? Classical dance at the time?
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. Competitions, it was just for the moment. You get your trophy and then you think, oh yeah, now it's my 57th or 60th trophy. You would put, that was the only purpose for it. Otherwise, I don't think that made me like dance at all. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your whole schooling. Was there any major turn or decision that changed the whole outlook? Was there a key decision or like a key, incident that took place that paved the way to the Vinita we see today?
Yeah, not really.
In schooling?
Not really in school, no. School, again, was a very strict environment, and even my parents were kind of very strict and, not strict as in they were always worried because they never used to send me out alone and nothing like that. So I was in a very, very disciplined way of, so nothing there. But after school, I think my college was a big change and...
Okay, so you went to Kerala for your college? Chennai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chennai.
And you did computer science engineering.
Engineering, yeah.
So tell me, how does an engineer become a full-time dancer? Okay, let's go step by step. How was it? Because you came from Dubai, and you reached in Chennai. How was that change? Because it's a big change. Everyone knows.
Yeah, it is a big change. I think the way I lived in Dubai, my parents, I told you they had like minimal salaries, and we used to live with in a very normal way. So that helped me, I think, when I went to Chennai.
Yeah.
Because I was told that hostel life is not going to be that great.
Yeah.
So even though my hostel was like looking very untidy, I was okay for it.
Yeah.
And then my mother said, no, I think you should try, we should look out for a better place. And then finally, eventually we got a better place. And initially that this thing of Gulf return, when you go to India, you are never accepted, especially your teachers.
Yeah.
However down to earth, however, low profile you maintain, you kind of...
it comes up eventually.
Yeah, they conclude, she's from there, she won't study, she won't do anything and things like that. So initially I had that difficulty. But again, I don't know, I was always very blessed to have good friends, who I could gel with very easily, who could really support me very strongly, in spite of coming from Dubai. They used to, in fact, clean some, places specifically for me because the washrooms and all were very different. And I found it very difficult. I have my best friend Amrita. She used to go and before I enter the washroom, just check, she used to peep. She's like, Vinita, it's good, you go, So that's what I have had some amazing friends who.
Do you still keep in contact with them?
Oh, contact is like not the word.
Okay.
We still know everything about each other.
That's nice to know.
Yeah. So that way, Chennai.
Was there any specific friend that influenced who you are today?
Of course. I have to take one of my school friends. Sorry, I have to go back.
Yeah.
But Devi, she was 2 years senior and she was my dance partner. So we used to go for dance classes together. She used to always, she used to, give me some punchlines. I never used to be very confident about myself. Never. I think even now I'm a little backward in that. So she used to always keep telling me, I had this complex that I was dark skinned, and because my mother is like really fair, and her entire family, is on the brighter side, literally skin wise. So my friend used to tell me that, you're not ugly. Ugly is not the word for you. Because she used to say that we should never say, he's ugly or she's ugly, because her thought was, we are all creations of God.
Yeah.
And how can you criticize God? No creation of his is ugly.
Yeah.
So such things really, motivated me. And she was my dance partner. So I think I used to kind of find it thrilling just because she used to be there with me. Yeah. So she was one very good friend of mine. And in college, my best friend, Amrita Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Influence, as in, more than influence, they keep influencing you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they need to be there to support you for whatever nonsense, or if it's nonsense, as we all hear it always, a good friend corrects you when you're wrong. And so that way she was always there with me, and I found it a great support. And she was from a village. I'm sure she'll kill me if she hears it, because now she's in Dubai.
Yeah.
She was from a village, and it was a complete extreme, Okay. I came from Dubai. She was proper. She was from a proper village, but it's not like that. But her ideologies, her thought process was so broad. I used to really feel, I used to feel, okay, you're from a village, and how can you even, so that the way they think. So it's.
Do you feel that stereotype still happens? Like, a person is from here, so they should be, like, before even knowing the person, people start judging them.
Yeah, that's what I said. That is part of a human being.
Yeah.
And I have tried my best, but I need to keep reminding myself. So it's not about a stereotype. It's about being judgmental. We judge anything and everything.
I feel as humans, it's a part of a nature.
It is, but I think whatever it is, I think we should realize and just revert.
Yeah.
Probably we should understand that maybe there is a reason.
Okay, so we just went through your whole
college.
Yeah. So you took computer science engineering.
Yeah.
So my basic question is, did that anyway help you out to make you who you are today?
Actually, my parents would be very happy that after my engineering, I was able to get a job in a very, very prestigious firm like Emirates Airlines, and I worked there for 10 years, and I good salary, and everything was very good about it. So that way, at least the parents are content that I taught my child, and she is working in a good place. I think every parent, a normal parent Indian parent would dream about your child. So that way, my computer science engineering helped. And I think even to know about the corporate world, even to know about people as such, that helped me. But in art, of course, I used to get my free time there that I used to use for my art. So that way it helped me.
So you worked first? For 10 years. And did that fuel your whole venture as a dancer?
Actually, when I like listening to talks.
Okay,
so when I was 17, I went to this like Kuwait, there are a lot of associations. Dubai, there were like a lot of associations. And I went to a program where this person called Surya Krishnamurthy, so he's the founder of Surya Festival in Kerala. So I heard his talk, and then I spoke to him. And he is the one, I think he is the prime reason why I'm into this today. So he told me that we all cannot do everything. So probably if you are able to at least give 2 hours of happiness to your art lovers, that itself is a great thing. So that made me think, okay, how can I? So that's when I started Srishti Productions. It is a production. It is basically I do dance dramas, and it's an event. Which has a lot of work that is done. Basically, it's like a movie. I mean, I do stories, and I represent them in the form of dance dramas in Bharatnatyam. So, because keeping what he said in mind, it shouldn't bore the people. You should try and send. There should be a message. There should be a message, and so that's how I started it. And I think that is what really triggered me. It is not even the passion for art, honestly. I just wanted to probably what he said, trigger some sort of, solace to the people through art.
So you did computer science engineering. I'm sorry, I come back to that.
Yeah.
But you were into dance. Like by then, the passion had developed,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So did at any point you feel like this engineering wasn't your cup of tea, or did you like start hating it?
The thing is, I told you I was not a very intelligent child.
Yeah.
So of course I used to struggle sometimes while I learned my computer science engineering.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, my marks used to be okay, but ask my friends about how I used to learn maths. They used to in India. I don't know how it is here. In Dubai it was not like that, but we do a lot of combined studies. Okay, so there you talk and you explain and the other person listens.
Yeah.
It's like that. So when we do math, my friend used to literally pull her hair because I cannot understand the logic. Very bad. I can't even count money. I get lost. So that way I did have a tough time for my engineering, but I never regretted.
At any point, like during your whole college life, did you feel like you wanted to drop out and like go full-time dancing?
No, never. In college, no, never. I think the passion didn't start even in college. Yeah. I used to be a part of programs and things like that. But even then, I just used to learn. I began liking it. But again, what Surya sir said was there in my mind. And
Okay, so when you were done with colleging and before you joined the job, was there like a brief period where you were confused and trying to decide what you would do?
No.
I
think I told you my parents were very conventional, traditional parents. So I think I passed out in April, May, and I got married in August. So it's like too less of a time to actually even decide, because my marriage was fixed and I got married in August, like 3 months as soon as I passed out. And then again, because of the pressure from the society, they keep asking, you have finished your engineering, why aren't you looking for a job? Although I'd be like literally on my toes, like desperately looking for a job. So it is by default. I think I was just following the rules of a very conventional and a typical, I did my engineering, so now I need to look out for a computer science job. And that's how I started looking out for a job. And it took 1.5 years actually after passing out to get a job.
And you were working in Kerala?
No, Emirates in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went back to Dubai after my marriage also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were in Dubai and you worked there for 10 years. Yeah. So after that, how did you end up in Kuwait? And in Dubai, did you have like a dance class or any setup like that?
No, not at all. I never took dance classes in Dubai.
Okay, but then you still kept on training.
I used to do productions, as I said, every year. Most every year we used to do a production where I used to call my school juniors.
In Dubai or?
In Dubai. And, children of friends or even students who are interested, who would be learning in other places but who would be keen on doing the production. So I used to do every year. That used to take like 6 months because we work. I'm working. So then I used to take 6 months to do that production.
All the finalizing and all that.
So, and towards the end of it, like I think maybe the 10th year when I was working, I thought I should, because I started loving it a lot. I realized that.
So was it the production that started?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Doing such things actually. In fact, I think you're making me realize a lot of things. Production, right, and even working with a live orchestra.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to work, always with the live orchestra. So that interaction and that, like you have all the ingredients and then you cook, and then the final output when it's tasty, you're again encouraged to cook something else. Again, But in cooking, for me, it's not like that. But this has been like that.
So obviously, there's a lot of trouble and a lot of effort that goes into making a production.
Yes.
So, like, take me through the toughest times where you felt like this is it, I'm not going to do. Or was there any point like that?
Yeah, of course. It is always there every time you do it, especially when you have to manage people. I was not very efficient in managing people, so I used to literally be very emotional or sentimental when I never used to get the response that the effort I put in, I never used to get from there. So that was the only bad part, but otherwise it was good. People management was tough.
Who was the greatest support you had during the whole production?
Oh, my parents, of course, my family, like my brother, my sister-in-law, like my brother's wife, and of course my husband, who's always, they're like unconditionally there for me. My sister-in-law is very artistically creative.
Yeah.
And one different thing about my production is we have audio visuals.
Okay.
We always have audio visuals in some or the other form. So she used to do the direction and voiceover and all for that.
Yeah.
Which is why, as I said, that is how it used to reach out to the layman, which I really wanted. So just like you say, for classical dance,
Yeah.
I wanted layman to realize that no, it's not that bad. So yeah, my family, and of course a few friends who have always, my dancers, my friends who always dance for me. Yeah.
So you went through the whole period where you realized that you like dance.
Yeah.
And is the production still there?
Yeah.
So when's the next production?
January 10th.
Oh, okay.
January 10th.
It's here
in Kuwait. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll come.
Yeah, sure, you must.
Okay. So like during that whole journey where you realized that dance is your passion.
Yeah.
Like did that somehow affect your job or anything else that you were working on at the time where you were like, no, now I wanna pursue dance. And like how did that whole change in your whole ideology towards dance and everything affect who you are as a person?
My work has, I told you, there have been plus points. When I got free time from work, because when you're at home, your kids don't allow you. And I've never been able to actually do stuff at home. So it used to be mostly at my workplace.
Yeah.
I used to work around the clock, like we had different shifts. So my night shifts used to be my creatively, that the time I used to think and, create. And I have had some exceptionally creative colleagues as well. Okay, they have more experience than us.
Yeah.
They're little more older, and someone specific is Mr. Kutieli, who used to really tell me that we should work on social causes. You're already doing your dance mythology and stuff like that. Why don't you take up a social cause? And again, I worked on that. I think that is what made me change. I kind of had a more of fearlessness. Okay, when I was taking the topic, my family told me, I think you should think again, because it was about I don't know whether you know the Nirbhaya case. It was probably around 2014 is when I did the production. Maybe 2013 or 12 she was gang raped in a very it was a very pathetic story that so that was my theme. Okay, girl child protection in Bharatanatyam. It was a classical dance drama. So my family said maybe it's a sensitive theme and you should think about it and things like that. But then I thought, why should I mean, aren't we just portraying the truth?
Yeah.
So that way, that one production, we did it, and it was a 1.5 hour production, and that actually caused tears in many people's eyes when they actually realized this is the plight of most. I'm not talking about the extreme, but any small issue that a girl goes through. So that was something that changed me. I think it made me more bold, a fear factor. So it's like it kind of made me feel that we can do anything kind of through art, something.
I
that
feel like most people don't do that. Like they portray what they feel,
but
then they should work on what's going on around them.
Exactly, yeah.
I feel like art is very powerful
it is
to
very
portray
much.
such
It
stuff.
It is.
People need to realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the whole production.
Yeah.
So and then you shifted to Kuwait.
Yeah, that
year, was in
2015.
2015.
2015. Yeah.
So how was that shift from Dubai to Kuwait? Did that affect anything? Like how was the whole change?
That change was it was a big change for me.
Yeah.
Because I had just begun taking classes, over there. Because I had quit my job. I told you that is because I wanted, that was the calling.
Okay.
Yeah, I quit my job.
When did that happen? When did you quit?
2014, just a couple of months before my production.
Okay.
So I think it was that production that gave me, a lot of
courage.
Yeah, that now I don't have to worry. Maybe I should quit my job and maybe I should take the chance of, imparting now. I was very keen on that also. I used to like seeing the children develop. So I started my classes, and then my husband got another job here in Kuwait.
Yeah.
And then we had to move, and it was a big change. Again, I'm very accommodating.
Yeah.
Again, probably it's the way I was brought up. So when I came here also, it was like Dubai 25 years back.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was like from a modern era to an olden era.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yes, it was very much, very much. But I still loved it because Dubai was a very busy life.
Yeah.
You work, traffic. It was really, really hectic for me. But I was enjoying. I really enjoyed the silence. I am actually like that. I don't like too much noise. I like to be alone. Yeah. So it was a big change, but I could adjust and I enjoyed. Yeah.
Going back to the production, it takes a lot of ideas and like you get inspiration from different places.
Yes.
So where is that key place where you get all your ideas? Like, or is it spread out like different situations, different incidents?
You mean a physical place or just
a physical place or like
I don't know. Honestly, from 2014 was my last. I've done productions, but I've repeated after coming to Kuwait. I've repeated 2 productions. But the honest thing is, I don't know why. I think the creative spark is to come when I was working.
Okay.
Working, and I think then you see a lot of things. You meet a lot of people. You get to hear a lot of things. Unless or until you read the newspaper every day, you know. I don't read the newspaper. I'm very bad. I'm kind of outdated that way. But that was one thing I found missing in Kuwait.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just not. Nothing could just come.
The spark was not there.
It was not there. I'm not blaming anything. It was me personally. Yeah. So, but now finally, after I think 4 years, I'm working on a new production.
Okay,
which I'm really, really looking forward to, and so it's basically a topic or a matter of interest that sparks the trigger for you to work on it. For example,
and unless you don't feel that energy,
it's not the energy also. It's something that for me, it's something that makes you upset. That has made me start something. Yeah, if you ask me specifically,
That's nice.
Yeah. I think when you get hurt, you want to take it out. Yeah. So that's what.
So was that how dance was for you? Was it like an escape from the pain and the upsetting?
Yes. I realized
was that dance like always like that for you? Where like you would take that negative energy and you would put it in dance?
Not
like
really.
For me, because I write visions. Like visions are like what do you say? What I'm feeling in my head.
Okay.
And I write it and I post it out on my Instagram and everywhere else.
Okay.
So like for me, my vision is more like the negative energy that I get from others. I put it into like a creative blender, and that's what comes out as a vision.
Okay.
So was dance like that as an escape from the negativity for you?
You could say that. You're right. Yeah. It was. I wouldn't say to escape it, but to address that negativity, to address and let people know that this is what is happening, and we could get over this. Because see, if from the 600 or 700 people that come to watch your show, if at least 2 people, think, or if it can change the mindset of 2 people or even 1, I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
And again, we have a problem because we, as human beings, consistency is very poor. So probably that one person who would get influenced probably say for a period of 1 year. Then again they may get back to. So I think we as humans, so which is why we continue to give the people. So
that's the difficult part of a creator.
It is, yeah.
Because you can't stop. Because people will, even the society will keep on asking where's the next.
Yes, very true. And the problem is once you've set a benchmark.
Yeah, and then you have to keep up with that.
Yeah,
or at least go better than that.
Yeah, go better than that.
Yeah.
Or at least keep up. But the thing, what I've realized is, I think that mindset would be when you're young. When you want to prove the world.
Yeah.
That you're good, but over the period of time, you think that what you feel you want to do, what you want to put in.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, we would always look at this point also that we shouldn't, go below the standards and things like that. But at the end of it, it's like what you feel strongly, you put across.
So has there ever been like a fan moment where like someone comes up to you and say like your production or like this has changed my life? Have you ever felt anything like that?
Not about production, but I think a lot of my students come and tell me that they started liking dance.
Yeah.
For production, I've the underlying underlying emotion, or the or in a classical dance is usually bhakti or devotion. So a lot of productions that I've done has triggered devotion in people. That's I've heard that.
Yeah, okay.
But again, that is easy, I feel, because you see visually something, you're surprised, and I don't think that's an influence.
Okay.
It is just like they kind of get lost in the moment. That also is a big achievement, because you're on stage and you do it all live, and then to influence someone to enjoy at that point in time, I think that is also a big challenge. But yeah, a lot of students have told me that probably coming learning with me, they have begun to like dancing, and they have removed all the preconceived notions, like being old doesn't matter, or being I mean, if even though you're not talented, these words that we have in society, talent, young, thin, fat, all that, so anything is possible. So that one thing I think I've been able to influence them.
Yeah.
Probably with my own story.
But then that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like the world is like, for me, in my ideology is like the world's like a river, and like you are one drop. And when a drop falls in a still, the ripples are created.
Yes,
so like in my mind, it's like every action you do, it's like a drop, and the ripple effects keep on going. It depends on how big and how like special the drop is.
Correct, you're right.
Yeah.
The problem is the drop must be good.
Yeah. Because it can go either way. It can go good or bad.
Yeah. But again, I always tell myself, we are humans, so. But again, I don't know whether that's a kind of an escapism.
Yeah.
From doing wrong things and saying, no, I'm a human being. So.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell myself that.
Yeah. Okay, so we all know, like a production, it's like financially, it's pretty expensive.
Very heavy. Yeah.
So like, how was there any struggle on the financial standpoint when you were working on that? Like, who used to handle the financials? Because you said you're not good in.
Yeah.
Was there anything?
I was not good, but I think the biggest blessing was I was working. So we say if we have 20 participants for our production, so I used to tell them that if you could share some expense, and that used to be like maybe half of the expense, and then again we used to go for sponsors.
Yeah.
But every time till date, I have always been spending from that time I had a job, so it was okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, it goes from the family. My father keeps sponsoring. He's very liberal that way.
Yeah.
I mean, support. I'm talking about support. Because they can. So, again, this is how the money part is. So, I've never been able to make money through productions, probably because that was not my intention.
Yeah.
So, that used to be like just, that never used to be my final destination, so that's why I always lose money.
Yeah.
Because I put, because I feel even it's my responsibility.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's not like losing money, you know. I do something that I like, so
the satisfaction is also there. Yeah.
Not just the satisfaction. I think it is even my responsibility to put in money.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's how I see it. Yeah.
So like you've been through a big journey, okay? Are you happy now with where you are and how things are looking for you now?
Yeah, I'm very, very, very happy now. I'm very happy, and again, I think it's not because of anything that has shaped up. I think because as you said, I've realized what makes me happy. Trust me, I've really realized, and I don't think it'll change, because I think art it's like saying that there has to be a day when you will believe that God does not exist. You know that God exists. So same way, I know that art will give me the happiness at any point in time.
Yeah.
Because it has been giving me. I'm telling you, when I was depressed, when I was upset. So this thing, I didn't forcefully go and dance. Okay, that's not what I mean.
Like that's the first thing you turn to.
Not really. Sometimes it has come by chance for me. For example, I am doing my masters in Bharatnatyam.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I'm doing my MA.
Okay.
So when I went to Chennai for the classes, probably I was not going through I was in a very bad emotional state.
Yeah.
Very recently. So what I realized was that when you're involved, that classes are like from morning till evening.
Okay.
Like almost around 12 hours you are not like dancing, but you're involved in
Practicing
theory,
and all that.
practicing and everything, different things. So after that, you don't need anything else. You come back home, and again you're thinking for the next day.
Yeah, you're looking forward.
You're looking forward to. You don't have. First is the time, of course, and second is you don't want anything else.
Yeah.
Me being a mother of two, I feel guilty sometimes. I need to check on my kids. Apart from that, I think art is so powerful, and that's why I wish, especially classical art. I mean, for me, probably for you to be something else. That's why
art
I wish
is different for different people,
everyone, whatever form. I wish everyone involves in art, because it is really a lifelong companion, no doubt.
So, like, now that you have reached like a certain height, would you want to change anything? The whole journey, would you want to, if there is something that what change do you want now, since you've been through this much?
Of the journey that I came?
Yeah, or now, in present, anything. If you want to change anything, what would you change?
Nothing.
Nothing.
As in, see, socially, of course, there are a lot of things that I would like to change. But otherwise, in life, I think all the things that happen in our life happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would like to change it, because it has molded me for sure to be something else, or to face a similar situation. So I think I don't think I want to change anything. Yeah, and in future, again, I told you, this is something I really wish to impart. Like, I wish a layman gets involved in classical dance, like teaching their children, or no money making strategy. It's not to get more students, but it's because of the benefit and happiness I have got.
Okay, so you mentioned the fact that the future, you don't know what it holds.
Yeah.
No one knows, in fact. But would you say, if let's assume that the future does not have dance involved due to certain reason, would you be happy still, or would you still somehow get involved in dance? Because I know it's given you a lot of happiness and a lot of. Would you still get involved somehow?
About the future, when you said what I want to change, apart from that, see, I think I think we must have an aim, which keeps changing. For me, of course, it keeps changing. But as of now, my aim is to, complete my masters. I'm talking in like tangible sense, okay?
Yeah.
It's to complete my masters and then do a PhD and things like that.
Yeah.
So for me, now when I don't see this thing going away. But again, as you said, God forbid, if there comes a situation where I cannot be involved in it, I'm sure I'll be very frustrated. And I would just be very positive, thinking that I'm going to get back. Because again, something has to come to me by chance. Something other than this that would fascinate me has to come to me by chance, sent by the force. But otherwise, I would positively hope and wish that I always be, with
So
dance.
What is that one thing about like Bharatanatyam, about the classical form in general, that has always like held you to the whole form, the whole dance? You said it's like you're constantly learning.
Yeah.
So is it just that, or was there some other factor like that kept you binded to it? Because now you have the freedom to go out and explore your other options and do something else, but then you're still here, still doing classical dance. So like, what is that one factor that's kept you here?
First of all, the thing is, the truth is that I don't know how many births is required to actually get to know about this vast thing about, forget classical dance, even Bharatanatyam. And that I have that curiosity. Because it is so much, Tobias. It is just so much. So any new topic, pops up about this, I have a curiosity to know. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So this was how that person or that time, that era, people, looked at. So it's that curiosity that's probably holding me into it. And I think if the curiosity factor is there, that really, the end product is obviously it is fully satisfying. Like you perform, and the music. I love music more than dance. Okay, I love music. So when I work with my musicians, that bliss.
Yeah.
Like you when you dance, we want good music. So at the end of it, when that also comes out, I think it's like a normal. It's some hormone that happens in your body. What is it? The happiness hormone that just automatically gets triggered. It's just that plain that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's keeping me. I mean, who doesn't want to be happy?
Yeah.
So it's a very automated process. Yeah.
But then, like, you told it brings happiness. But then if you ask me, most of the people don't try to attain happiness.
I know. Yeah.
It's actually sad. Because I feel like even you feel the same way. I bet.
It's very easy for us to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't judge anyone, and I wouldn't complain about anyone who says that they can't be happy. Probably again, they have their own reasons.
Yeah.
And I think we all need that angel in our life to actually.
Oh, who is that angel in your life?
Different stages, I've had different angels. For example, last year, my friend, I was like casually talking to her, and she told me, why don't you try The Secret? Have you heard of it? Rhonda Byrne's The Law of Attraction. Okay, it's about quantum physics.
Okay.
It's based on quantum physics. So she told me, why don't you just try watching the movie? There's a movie, I think you should watch it. So it's like the law of attraction. It's just like the law of gravity. Okay, the law of attraction, but it plays with your emotions. You have to use your emotions there. And it's like what the alchemist, he said, Paulo, what he said, right? I mean, if you have a vision, if you have a belief strongly, it'll automatically, the world will it'll just happen for you automatically. So that is what the law of attraction says. And I was in a very, very low, mode that time. And she told me, why don't you try this? Listen to it. And then I downloaded the audio version of it. And I was amazed at the possibilities we have in our life. And for me, I think I never gave up. I realize, again, it's all realization. So I that is one thing I'm very happy, and I wish to tell everyone in the world that, trust me, nothing is the end of anything. So that showed, that Secret told me that we see a lot of quotes, right? Positive thinking, but we don't really know, we don't really practice. We see a quote and then we say, fine, this is right. Next minute we're again.
Everyone has that. Where you can quote a quote, but you have to put in the work in order to achieve it.
Exactly. But
most people don't want to,
but probably it's because they don't know. So that's what I meant by this angel. Okay, so she told me about this and I started listening to it, and I think that changed my life. That really, I don't know, that really brought in a lot of sunshine. And along with that, some angels, like in the form of your friends. And I think that's what Kuwait, the best thing about Kuwait, if you ask me. Again, I think God has been so wonderful to give me good friends. My best friend here, Swati. I think I don't know. I don't think anybody else other than your friend can know you completely. I feel, because even your spouse, you would hide some things. Even your parents, probably you don't want to disappoint them. But I think a friend, if you get a good friend,
you would tell them everything.
And I think at some point you don't need to even tell them; they'll understand. So she is another angel in my life. So that's what. So about happiness. She also told me things like, they might be just one sentence, it might be just a sentence, but that could change your life.
Okay.
So that's what I understand. So probably if an angel comes into your life, it's not because people purposely don't want to be happy.
Okay.
Probably they don't know.
Okay, some more questions related to the future is, you've stayed in Dubai, you've stayed in Kuwait, and have you stayed for a long period in Kerala also? I bet.
I used to go for my vacations there. That's
only
it.
You haven't stayed there for
no.
So out of the three, also based on the people there and the whole environment, where would you settle down for good? Do
you want to really put me into trouble?
Any place that's on top of your head.
Where I would like to settle. Since I was born and brought up in Dubai, the inclination is always for Dubai. And I'm not saying why. It's
Yeah.
always Dubai because I must appreciate the country. Trust me, it is. Again, he was a man with a vision. Dubai was less. They don't have petrol.
Yeah.
And it's through business and that they have grown.
Yeah.
He is a man with a vision, the ruler of Dubai.
Okay.
So I think that is again a lesson for all of us to learn that nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
So in keeping that and even the people over there, I think I told you when I came to Kuwait, it was like when my childhood time in Dubai.
Yeah.
So the people over there are probably everyone is very busy.
Yeah.
And again they have bigger. I've noticed people they have bigger aims rather than just like a short-term thing like money making or so that has also influenced me, which is why again when I worked in Emirates, I had some fantastic colleagues who used to really trigger the spark in me. You should do this, and they never told me you're not making money or you're not promoting yourself. No, they used to tell me about deeper subjects. We used to discuss deeper subjects, and that's how it helped me. So of course Dubai anytime.
So you're 37 years old. 37 years young.
Okay.
And
when this part comes, I need that beep to come. Okay.
Okay.
Just kidding,
so and you have a long life to look forward to.
Inshallah.
So inshallah.
Yeah.
What is your aim or your vision towards the future and what it holds for you as a person? What do you hope it holds?
I think I have not really thought about any vision, honestly speaking. I told you, because for me, I think each day, I count it by each day. And probably again, I may think you have again made me realize that, trust me, I never realized it till now, that it was the productions that made me more inclined, and I'm really thankful to you, Tobias, really. Which is why I keep on doing productions.
The only I get to honestly, people ask me why do you go through the pain of editing, and because it's not just on YouTube, it's also on other audio platforms as well. So you have to edit everything separately, and people ask me why, and I'm saying honestly, this moment, when I'm hearing the story and the journey, somehow somewhere it will affect my decisions in the future.
Yeah, you're right.
So why I do it is for the story. I feel like everyone has a story to tell. Some people are not storytellers.
Right.
But then everyone has a story to tell.
Right.
That's the whole reason behind this, honestly.
Yeah. And plus, see, you're doing it for yourself, but even I am realizing
that's just a plus point on the way.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, because out of probably the couple of hours we talk, I got a pointer. We always say, some of my friends keep telling, I keep encouraging my friends to go for workshops, like dance workshops, keep learning. So they sometimes tell me, no, I don't think it's going to be useful. So I tell them, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. See, if you go for those 2-3 hours, you may get one thing which is also good enough. It's better than getting nothing. So that's the same thing that I got today. Seriously. I was actually very nervous. But still, I'm so happy. I'm really happy that you made me realize that one part. Yeah. So about the vision part, trust me, as of now, I want to learn. I just, again, and this has been always my vision in a very blur or very unclear manner. I would say that I want layman to enjoy classical dance. That is my a broader vision.
Okay. So the journey has been there were pretty struggles and all that.
Of course, very much.
So during that whole phase, I feel like when if I am achieving something that I love, I feel like one or two people have sacrificed something in their lives to support me and make me who I am.
Right.
Has there been anyone who has sacrificed their dreams for yours to happen? Do you feel like anyone?
Yeah, I think my parents sacrificed their dreams. I mean, I don't know how. I wouldn't say sacrificing their dreams, but I think all parents, we call it sacrifice, right? They've sacrificed their time, they've sacrificed their money, they've sacrificed so many things for us. And of course, I think that is what has led me to this, to what I am now.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Of course, my teachers, your teachers also play a big role. And I think it's all God sent. Like you see, these are people in the form of God that we can see. So, and of course a lot of angels.
Yeah.
And now I have this very, very nice angel. I mean, again, my very good friend, Purnima. So she, again, the thing is, it's like we say birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So we have, the friends we have, you will only have friends who are similar to you.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Okay? So if they're not similar, if you don't have the same wavelength, they will just go away.
Over time they will drift apart.
They will just drift apart. So probably we would feel bad, this, that.
Yeah, attracts like.
Yeah, but exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is the point. So me and my friend Purnima, again, we discussed deep topics. So we also realized that like attracts like.
Yeah.
Although the conventional thing is that opposite attract. That is the magnets. But if you are happy, you attract happiness.
Yeah.
If you are sad, you attract sadness. So again, when I was, about the tough times you asked me, when I was really, really, really low, my friend Purnima, again, another angel, she, and I am a person with a very bad complex.
Yeah.
Because probably it's because I've heard things like, how can you dance? You're so fat.
Yeah.
How can you sit? You are,
Yeah, I'll get back to that later on.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I had Purnima. Again, she used to encourage me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so you said like you have a complex and all that. So was there like, because this is how I work is, whenever someone is like, no, you can't do it, then the fire ignites within me where I'm like, I'm gonna show you that I can do this. So was there any point where someone is like, you're not fit for this? Someone who has superbly, demotivated you, and then you had a point to prove like, no, I'll show it to you. Was there anything like that? Any incident?
Yeah, I told you, I'm a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
So when people told me such things, I just felt bad and I just sat down and I never tried. So that is one bad thing about me.
Yeah.
Unlike other stories where people say that, that rage was there when she heard or when he heard.
Yeah.
But for me, that only demotivated me. That only pulled me down and I could never perform.
Yeah.
So until my friends, again, these friends used to tell me, you are capable. Only those words, trust me, only positive words helped me. But the negative ones only pulled me down. Probably I should work on it.
Yeah.
But I feel then your vision, your intention changes. You then get subsided to proving it to them.
Yeah.
Where you get deviated from
developing
developing yourself. So I don't think, again, for a short run thing, such a rage is good for a certain limit.
Yeah.
Like you have your rivals who probably backbite you, and then you say, let me show it.
Yeah.
But that is so short run. That is so short run. There you forget what your intention was, what your aim
actual
was.
idea was.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, only positivity worked. And that's what I'm trying to give to my students also, whoever comes with me, positivity, because because when I was young, when I heard negative, I used to really feel bad. I don't know how it is for you guys now. Do you guys just ignore it? I mean, when your teacher says fit for nothing, how would you feel?
It depends. Highly depends.
Okay. How would you feel?
It would affect, but then we don't. It's like more like now it's more like how you portray yourself to others. Like this is something I constantly remind others. I try to remind others. It's like you should be yourself wherever you are. Don't everyone has this mask.
You're right. Yeah.
Everyone has this mask that they put on in front of others.
You're right. Yeah.
Like for me especially, this is my ideology of me. It's like I have three people. One's Tobias, that's like a mix of both good and bad.
Okay.
One's TJ, that's like more the alter ego.
Okay.
Like who is completely me.
Yeah.
Then there is Toby, that's like the friendly one who is like around everyone, enjoying.
Okay.
I have three people in one. That's how my head works.
Yes.
But then I want, I'm constantly trying to be myself wherever I am. So because otherwise you'll be like, oh, here these are the friends. Like when you're with your true friends, you're like, okay, I can be myself. When you're with a bigger set, you have to be.
It is like that, I think, for everyone. Yeah.
That's the main ideology I push forward. And when people, back when I was very young, when people would make fun of me and all that, it would get to my head. Whereas now I feel like mentally I've matured.
Yeah.
Where now this is how my head works. It's like I have a bullshit filter. So like
Okay.
so like when people give me feedback,
Human shit filter now.
yeah, it's like when people give me
Okay. Yeah.
negative stuff and all
yeah,
that,
Yeah.
I will filter out what's like half of it is jealousy and half of it is hatred. So I'll filter out that and I'll take the actual stuff where I can work on and then
Okay.
work on those.
Okay. But how successful are you in doing that?
Fairly,
Okay.
because now it's like now like as I've grown older, as I said, maturity has been there, and now I think before I speak or do.
Okay.
I think 100 times before
Not
I
bad.
tell something.
Good.
So like the initial anger that I get, like recently there was a meme video on, I'll show it to you after this.
Okay.
So I felt pretty bad.
Okay.
Like it was funny and all, but then I felt bad also. So how I dealt with this, what at first I was like, I first thing I did, I switched off my internet because I know I'll post something or the other.
Okay.
And then I just, all the rage, the initial anger, I just expanded it, and then I calmed down.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and then I was like, see, actually it's okay, just leave it
I
as
know.
it is.
Wow. Very nice. I'm so glad that young children like you are practicing this.
And that's the
because-
whole ideology I'm trying to spread.
That's
It's
very
like you should deal with your stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe tell it to a few people. Don't overburden everyone with it.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two people.
Yeah.
But then be yourself.
Brilliant. Yeah. Be yourself is very difficult.
Yeah, it's
because-
difficult, but then
yeah.
that's why you should try it more.
Yeah. No, especially about this calming down. I really liked what you said, because I think if you give yourself some time, just
Yeah.
hold on there. Because trust me, I have messed up my life when I've not done that. Big time.
Like, even recently, when my friend was like getting frustrated, and like I told someone else about it because I was angry. I was asking what's up, and they were not telling me. So I got angry, and I told like another friend, I was like, see, this person's not talking to me. I can't fix like his or her mood. Like if they don't tell me, like give it some time. I was like, what, give it some time. But now, like when I look at how I was when I was frustrated,
Yeah.
I get it. What you mean by give it time?
I know. Yeah.
At
Right.
first, it's just that initial shock.
Yes.
But then over time, you will calm down,
Yes.
and then the actual feelings you had will come out.
Come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Very true. Very
Yeah.
true. In fact, I've had a couple of bad experiences like over the last 2 years because of my spontaneous reaction, where I was not myself.
Yeah.
Where I thought we should react. What is this? This is not fair and things like that. But I was not myself. That was not me.
Yeah.
Me is holding on, being calm, thinking. And so those two spontaneous reactions of mine really created havoc. And again, I was in a total mess.
Yeah.
So now again, I'm thinking about holding on to being myself about what you
Yeah.
said. Yeah. And I'm so glad that, a young boy like you is started practicing. My God, Tobias, fantastic, really.
Thank you.
Really.
Okay, so a couple of closing questions.
Yeah.
So let's say this journey of yours continues and you become quite successful and well known. If you would have a book named after your journey that's based on your journey, what would you call it? It's something people don't think about. That's why I like going on that. Because people say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's what everyone
I know,
does.
exactly.
Everyone reads the title and then they
That's
close.
what, exactly.
So, if you would name your book, what would you name it?
Oh my God, these kind of questions I'm not good at. It has to be impressive, otherwise I'm not going to sell my book. So that's what I'm thinking. It would be probably A Dancer in the Gulf. Because I've been
Okay.
in the Gulf.
Yeah. For a major part
Woes
of your life,
of woes of a Gulf dancer. Because it's self-published, it should be fine. But I don't think a publisher would. No, I mean,
Yeah.
because here, honestly, being very honest, in the Gulf, it's not like India, especially for art. In India, it is so vast. You yourself must be knowing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if it's hip hop,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have
so many.
so many places to go to. Here, it is so restricted, so we are all so limited. And I must say, thanks to the new generation, thanks to YouTube, thanks to Google,
Yeah.
people like us in the Gulf, and you probably the other countries also, we find a lot of information on the internet,
Right, yeah.
which is really a blessing.
Yeah,
but
like-
again, that one-to-one learning
Yeah.
is completely a different thing. So
I feel like because people criticize the technology,
Yeah.
but then because of technology, also many things have
many
happened.
things, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it is just part of being judgmental,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
technology.
Like now, if you want to learn something,
Yeah.
all you need is an internet
I
connection.
know, exactly. if you want to react, if you want to express,
it's,
you
yeah.
just need internet.
So another question.
It better be an easy one.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So you said many people have influenced you over the years. Yeah. So who is that one person who gave you that, like, what is the biggest advice that someone has given you that has stuck with you till the end of?
Okay.
Till now.
Yeah. So I told you about a colleague when I was working in Emirates.
Yeah.
He is like much elder than him, probably at the age of my mother.
Yeah.
So he told me, you should never be scared of anything. That fear factor.
Yeah.
See, because I think our life is driven by fear.
Yeah.
Anything you say, anything you do, you have that, what is going to be the output, correct?
Yeah.
It's about having the mask. I think even if you don't have the mask, a normal human being,
I feel like fear is what drives everyone.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Your action, your words. So he told me, never ever fear.
Yeah.
Anything. And never ever think that we cannot achieve. And it's just not words.
Yeah.
For me, I have actually seen it in my life. When I cut out my fear and when the inhibition that there is no can I can. It is reverse, I can. And that is the truth. Okay, an evidence for that, or whatever, I don't know the apt word. I started my dance school here in Kuwait in September 2017, October 2017.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, I'm a person with a lot of inhibitions.
Yeah.
Okay, not many, but I have that bad complex within me. So I always had, I know that I can, but still somewhere, because I told you, I love to learn. So I keep thinking that, no, I'm not good enough. I still don't know much. Because of that curiosity and that urge to learn. Okay, so he told me, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Believe that you can. And fingers crossed, whatever. And again, positive thinking through the law of attraction. Okay, I don't see anything I don't see any reason that I should hide it, but trust me, within, I think, not even 1.5 years, I think now it's been since I started. I think within 1 year I got 100 students. For me,
congrats.
Yeah. I'll give you a treat. No, for me, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I did not limit my beliefs. Okay, that's what I want to tell you all. Trust me, anyone can achieve anything. So I did not limit my belief because of these motivators. Because my colleague Kotiali, so I believed so vast. I believed so enormously. I gave way for possibility. I didn't think, what if, Once you limit yourself, that is again slowing down your process of achieving. So I think you should just have the blind, unfathomable belief that you can, and without fear. So that is one thing I think I'm going to hold on till the end of my life. No fear for anything.
If you this is my idea. It's like fear is only skin deep. It's just a skin wound.
Probably.
It'll heal.
Right.
You shouldn't, what I do is I don't let fear hold me back. I in my head I built another fear of the regret if I don't do something.
Okay.
Imagine it's like
correct.
participating in a competition.
Okay.
It's first, the initial fear is if I lose. But then I put I actually put in my head the thought or the fear of regret. Yeah, of not doing it.
Yeah, right.
And then
right.
Yeah, and then I use that to go forward.
Exactly. Because again, you are giving way to that possibility, and I think we should explore possibility.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot to learn from you, or rather, I think a 37-year-old and a 17-year-old have so many things in common. I'm so glad, Tobias, really.
It's just 20 years difference.
Just. No, I mean, seriously. So I can, in fact, when I saw you first, I knew that there is something in you. And I still remember the way you danced and, the competition. And so I was not wrong. And another thing I want to tell like everyone, believe your instincts.
Yeah.
You know, your gut feeling.
Yeah, your gut feeling never goes wrong.
It's never wrong. And I feel so proud at sometimes all the people will tell you, no, you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But deep inside, you know.
Yeah.
That,
only you know what
only
you're
we
doing,
know.
yeah.
But mostly we don't listen to it. For example,
again, it's everyone's life is based on what others' feelings.
Exactly.
We
all live like that. Yeah.
You will not believe the amount of people that base their life on the people they don't like.
I know.
Just to please others.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
right.
the sooner people realize that,
because
the sooner they correct
it's again
it.
because of fear.
What if they don't accept me and all that?
Rejected, fear of being rejected, and fear of not being acknowledged. You're right. See, even fearlessness for me is still there because I still don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
So it's because I feel, would they feel bad? I still don't know how to ask openly many things. So I'm still, but again, that lesson I will never learn. Whatever bad things whatever tough time I go through, I know that it will pass. And the courage of facing it, fearlessly is something that I really got.
Okay. So this is the part where I reverse the role. You get to ask me any question that you want.
Okay.
So just one question and two things. It should not be what I asked you.
Okay.
Any kind of question that I asked you. Only that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that very naturally came into my mind. See, while all the young children talk about gadgets and celebrities and inventions, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you like this aspect of, emotional, the emotional aspect of the human mind?
It's like, this is something like you can relate to because you're also a creator in your sense. So let's say you like something.
Okay.
You wished it was true.
Okay.
But then it's not true. I bet you would try to make that happen. Like an idea and it's not there physically. So I bet you would go out of your way and do and make it like actually physically happen.
Okay.
So in my head, like this is what happened. I want like the whole story of how the podcast started was I got influenced by another podcaster and that's how this whole started.
Okay.
But then in my head it was like I wish I could be a part. Like I was invited to a show like that and they would ask me my journey and all of this.
Okay.
Because like everyone in 1 year, if you go in depth, there's a lot that happens in 1 year.
Of course.
So like everyone would have their own story to tell.
Yes.
So in my head, like it was like, what if I wish I was invited.
Okay.
Then the second thought that came to my head, in Kuwait, there's nothing like that. I guess there is. I really don't know.
Yeah.
And like no one I know does it. And then also in my head it was like, okay, no one has done it. So it's a good way to attract people.
Correct. Okay.
And then the fourth factor was, it was like therapy for me.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you've seen the talkie segment, but on that we talk about everything and anything and everything.
Okay.
So it was like therapy for me because I'm talking about a lot of stuff in my head that I would like fear of. I mean, like I would be like, how would they feel?
Yeah.
So ignoring all that, I just put it out.
Okay.
So it was like therapy for me. That's how the whole idea came front.
Okay.
And then it's just for one. I feel like experience plays a role in everyone's life.
Yes, right.
They learn a lot from experience, but then if you focus on others' experiences, that will also like help you as guidelines. So that's one reason I wanted to know the stories and. It's that hunting for that. What's the next big thing?
But can you tell me? I'm so sorry. You told me to ask only one question. But how has another person's experience? You listen to it, fine. But would that stop you from doing the a wrong thing? I mean, would that stop you? For example, say your friend has done. He has invested his money into business.
Yeah.
Okay. He had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Would that still stop you from trying?
No. It's like that's just the superficial. I would go into the depth and find out why, like where he went wrong.
Okay.
And then that idea, that guideline that this will lead to this, that I will apply it in my stuff.
Okay. So I hope you do that.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things that we want to do so badly.
Yeah.
But again, we would hear our parents telling that no, don't, because this.
Yeah.
But still, you want to do it. So I personally feel that, of course, you look at others' experiences, you hear others' experiences, but until you experience, For me, it's been like that. I've never been able to.
Like no matter how much you prepare, I mean like how much
Yeah, right.
safe you are,
Yeah.
there will still be one risk that you have to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So like this is just
Exactly, yeah.
it's just gonna help like risk I will take, but then I'm fingers crossed things go good.
Of course, yeah. Even let it go bad.
Yeah.
There is
then
always
you have a story to tell.
story to tell. You have a lesson to learn.
Yeah.
And you have a chance to even make yourself better.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I've told on the podcast that I have an alter ego. I bet I don't know if you've heard or not, but then TJ is my alter ego.
Okay.
It's another, what do you say? It's like the person I tap into when I need help.
Okay.
So do you have like an alter ego, like when you're on stage or something, like that person who's completely different from you, like when people talk to, like that stage persona or that hidden part of you that you reveal on stage? Or is there anything like that?
Well, I've never thought about that. I mean, I think probably my alter ego would be me being very nice to everyone.
Okay.
Because I'm helpless. I mean, and I feel it is a responsibility that I must be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Probably I can take my true colors again as to my friends and that's about it actually, about my alter ego.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, probably again I've heard even accusations for that, because I'm generally a very, very calm person. I try my best. I told you there have been just few incidents in my life that I was not myself and that caused havoc. But so when I'm calm and when there's a point that I react, a lot of people have actually accused me, saying that she just pretends to be calm. Her true colors are actually come out. So I feel so bad that I don't even have the freedom to even react, to even express myself. See, when I felt I needed an outburst, this is how they see me. But again, I don't need to care about what people think. Again, it's such a vicious circle. How the society thinks about you, how you need to behave in front of the society. But I've come out from that a lot. Nowadays, I really don't care. Because I
feel everyone should strive to be like that.
I think experiences will make you, because I think now I have a lesser alter ego. I feel it's like more of myself.
Yeah. That's good.
And you are, that's your vision, I guess. But I'm so glad that you're working on it from now itself, which will, trust me, you will live a happier life.
Okay.
I mean, you will achieve happiness at a much younger age.
Okay. So if you could go back in time and give your younger version an advice, what would it be? What is that one piece of advice you'd be like, listen to this, stick with this?
One piece of advice, I would always say, listen to your parents. Nothing more, nothing less than that.
Your parents are always right.
I would say that. I would not say they're always right. See, because even they're human beings. Even they, see, nobody is perfectly trained for anything. We as children, we are not trained as to be perfect children. Parents are also not trained. They all do it based on their instincts. And there's no emotional stuff or anything. I would not say anything emotional. But as a child, as a youngster, I think for me it has been like that. And whenever I've not listened, I've gotten, So I think I would tell each and every young child to listen, consult with their parents, and then,
Okay, so before I go to the closing question, where can people find you on social media?
Vinitha Pratish is my Facebook name, and on Instagram it's Vinitha Srishti. That's what I call my production and my dance school. And I'm not there on Twitter. On LinkedIn, I'm still as a operations engineer of Emirates. I don't use LinkedIn. And and I have my page on Facebook.
Okay. So before I get into the final question, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
I had a good time. I really like it. Your story is something that I feel like many people would love to hear, because everyone knows like Vinita, everyone knows the person, no one knows the story and the background of the struggle of how it was.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Tobias, and I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
First of all, you said that you're doing it as an adventurous thing. Plus, of course, you have an inclination to that, and I'm really glad that you are focusing on the emotional aspect of a human, being, which nobody really does. So I think through that you will be able to achieve, and you're already an achiever. So let it just grow, Tobias. Thank you so much for calling me. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Final question: what is the biggest advice that you would? What is the biggest 2 to 3 pieces of advice that you would give to any person who's listening and who still isn't clear about their vision of where they're headed? What is the biggest advice that you would give?
About the vision, I think it is our responsibility to delve into to realize that what we need to do in life. Okay, it is the individual's responsibility, and once you have found it out, however difficult it is, we just need to believe. And trust me, these are not words. This has come with my experience. We just need to believe that it will happen, or rather, we have to make believe, we have to pretend, or we have to imagine that, I've already achieved it. For example, you said you wanted to be interviewed. Okay, so you visualize, and that visualization gives you immense happiness. And that's the way it works, and that will happen. So my advice is that nothing is impossible, and it is not just words for me. I have seen it, I have practiced. So anything is possible, just with full faith and belief. Thank
you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.